Now, going back to the questions, there's a question that we can ask upon ourselves during this time of exams. Yes, we're writing exams, and a lot of us are spending times, late night cram sessions, trying to cram as much as we can. But then there's the elders amongst us that know that this is a way that doesn't really work, that the stuff's not going to stay with you. So how do we give that person advice? Hassan and Hussein, radiallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with them, showed us the adab of giving advice. There was an old man that came to the mosque and was rushing in his wudu. And they asked him, they saw this, and instead of making fun of them and saying, oh, you don't know how to make wudu, what are you doing? They went up to him and asked him, hey, elder, me and my brother were fighting amongst another, and we were disagreeing on how to make wudu. Can you show us how to do it? They knew how to make wudu, but the whole thing behind it was that they wanted to give advice to the person, but they did it in a manner that was befitting the situation. The second question is, did we stand for the truth? The situations in the Arab world today, in Syria, in Libya, in Egypt, and throughout the many different countries that are run by tyrants, did we stand with them? The Prophet Muhammad says in authentic hadith, if you see something wrong, you must fight against it with your actions. And if not by your actions, with your tongue. And if not by your tongue, then you must have an ill feeling towards it in your heart. And really, that is the weakest amongst you. So how did we stand for the truth? Did we saw the wrong that they were doing? Did we stand with the people that were on the truth? Or did we just remain silent? Husayn radiallahu anh fought against tyranny. And he saw that man that was in charge was a tyrant. He saw that the Khalifas at the Khalifa Rashidun, their palaces were the mosques. Umar radiallahu anh, Amir al-Mu'mineen, when he would, at the nights, he would walk amongst the streets and checking upon his people. The messenger of Khisra came to them dressed in amazing clothes, and came to them and asked them, where is the Khalifa? And a man said, the Khalifa is sleeping underneath a tree. And he was wearing stitched up clothes. That is the Khalifa. That is a righteous leader. Hussein saw that. He grew up with that. So how could he not stand for good, not stand for truth? We can even see, going back to the story of Musa alayhi salam, that when Musa alayhi salam fought against tyranny, that Fir'aun, he told his people that if you do not believe in me, believe in my deen, and his deen was the deen of Fir'aun, saying that Fir'aun is God. If you do not believe that, then you're all dead. Musa alayhi salam fought against that, and fought against the tyranny. Another question is our patience. How is it when we get to meet somebody that has an opinion that's against our opinion? How do we act towards them? Do we act with patience? Husayn radiallahu anh, when he waited to the last minute to leave Medina, that he tried to seek advice to the Banu Umayyah, that when he went away from them, seeking that he did not want to fight against them. So we can see that within that we should act in patience. The second is our knowledge. Where do we get our knowledge from? Imam Husayn radiallahu anh had the best of teachers. He learned from the Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him and his family and his companions. And after that, he learned from his father, Ali radiallahu anh, Amir al-Mu'mineen. The Prophet ﷺ said that Ali is the gate to the city of knowledge that is Muhammad. So he had the best of teachers. Now you must be thinking, why is Furqan talking about history? The objective of history is to learn and understand, to comprehend. It's not to build factions amongst one another. It's not to build hatred towards one another. The time of Muharram is a time of understanding, not a time of crying, not a time of building hatred. We learn from the ancient Egyptians on how to run a civilization. We learn from Aristotle and Plato the significance of democracy. We learn from them and we take different aspects from them. That is why we learn history. And there are a few lessons that we can take from the story of Husayn radiallahu anhu. One is to stand for the truth no matter what it means, no matter what it takes. The leader of the Muslims in North America, Imam Al-Hajj Malik Al-Shabazz, rahmatullah alayh, who is known as Malcolm X. He is a very, very important figure in the North American Islam. That if you do not know this person, you don't know about North American Islam and how significant he was. He fought for civil rights for the African Americans. He has many, many very powerful quotes. One of them, he says that in tying with the lessons of Husayn radiallahu anhu, is to stand by any means necessary. This is his most common quote. By any means necessary. Meaning to do whatever you can, no matter what it takes. Whatever you have, do it. The second lesson from Husayn radiallahu anhu is not to hate, but to give mercy. You can't really just move up a little bit. There's some people standing in the back. Not to hate, but to give mercy. Imam Malik Shabazz says that we Muslims obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone were to lay a hand on you, you take him to the cemetery. Another lesson that we can take from Imam Husayn's life is to stand for principles. Not just because it's a cool thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. You know, you see the atrocities that are happening in Syria. You see what's happening. You're not hating what the tyrants are doing because everyone else is hating, but you're hating because it is opposite to what your principles are. Your principles of the truth, haq, your principles of justice, adl, your principles of freedom. It's totally against that. So you hate that. You hate that because it's against your principles. Imam Malik Shabazz says that a person that does not stand for something will fall for anything. So we have to have those principles within us. The death of Imam Husayn radiallahu anhu is not, like I said, is not a festival of meaning of crying. It is a festival of understanding. Understand why he rebelled against the ruling people at the time. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, and call not those who are slain in the way of Allah dead. Nay, they are living, only ye perceive not. That's in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 154. That Husayn radiallahu anhu was a martyr. That he's living. That his message is living. He is in the hearts of the people of freedom. That he is a shining star for the people that are on the road of freedom. No matter who they be, no matter what sect they are, if they be Sunni or if they be Shia, he is on the same path. He is the Imam of all the Muslims. That is why some people might get confused, like, well, why Furqan are you saying Imam al-Husayn? He is the Imam of the Ahl Sunnah. He is the Imam of the Ahl Bayt. We have to take ownership to that he is the companion of the Prophet Muhammad. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His forgiveness and for His mercy. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله. The time, looking at Imam Husayn's life is an aspect that can unite the Muslims. He lived on basic principles, and we can unite on what he stood for. This new year is a new beginning. It's a new beginning that we can unite one another with those principles. When the Prophet Muhammad received the message of Islam, when Angel Jibreel told him, Iqra, he became really, really frightened. When he went to Khadija, our mother, may Allah be pleased with her, she comforted him and said, O Muhammad, you have never done any wrong to anyone. You are kind to others and you help the poor. so Allah will not let you down. There's three things in that the Khadija, that our mother said. One, do not give wrong to anyone. Two, to be kind to everyone. And three, to help the poor. These are simple messages that are within our deen, that we can put in ourselves. You know, looking outside, you see that the trees are dying, that it's a time where they go back to their sleep. And then come spring, they'll revive each other. But we should not be like the trees. The trees, they give us oxygen, they give us fruit, they give us sugar. I don't want to go into the biochemical of it, but they give it. So they give us sustenance. But what are we giving other people? Is a question to think about, inshallah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His mercy. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy and blessings upon the beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, his companions, and those that follow them. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy and blessings upon our teachers. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy and blessings upon our family members, our parents, our children, our wives, our husbands, our cousins, our uncles, our aunts, all of our family members. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy and blessings upon all the Muslimin. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help those that are fighting for your cause. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help those that are struggling on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive us and guide us onto the straight path. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help us in our trials. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are writing exams, please help us with those exams. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help us with our assignments. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy upon us. اللهم عفو كريم وتحبون عفو عنا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان الله عزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.